Here's a finger exercise by Joaquin Lievano. I'll be playing it on a Strat, neck position, clean sound. As presented, this is a lick in alternate picking. I'll also demonstrate how you can benefit by practicing legato using hammer-ons and pull-offs. You're going to be in third position. That means each finger is in its own respective fret. And you simply follow what the notes are. So I'm going to break it down measure by measure because it's really all about finger independence. But I really want to stress on this that it's important that you synchronize both hands together. The term legato means smooth and connected. Make sure that you don't pick a finger up or put it down prematurely. Likewise, stay away from the string with the right hand, with the pick. Only strike the string exactly at the moment that you want to play it, because otherwise you're going to get a staccato with the pick. So your first measure is simply the following pattern. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Now you're probably going to have some problems if you're a beginner player because you'll notice when you get over to your third and your fourth fingers that they don't work so well. Well, the fourth measure is going to help you in that regard. So the first measure, if you pick it, it would be down, up, down, up, down, up. But I also suggest that after you've mastered it that way, or rather have a handle on it, practice it with reverse picking, starting with an upstroke. So that's the first measure. Now your first finger will never come up off of the fourth string throughout this entire passage. The second measure is simply 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 1. The third measure is 3, 4, 3, 1, 3, 2. And finally, the fourth measure is 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. That last measure is really good at developing your hand because your fourth finger is always being played on every downbeat. And it being the weakest finger, it'll really kind of govern what you're going to do. Now, if you play it picked, it's going to be... But I said earlier that you also should practice legato. The whole idea in legato is to sound like a saxophone, to be really smooth. So you'll have to balance your pull-offs and your hammer-ons to get the same volume. The natural tendency is for the pull-off to be louder. So keep them crisp, but balance how much muscular tension you place into your DIP joints. So if you're going to use legato, you'll start off by picking the first note. Then hammer, pull, hammer, pull, hammer. That's the first measure. Now I'm going to switch over to the bridge pickup because I've got a noise gate and you can hear it starting to shut down the notes. You could also practice this with some overdrive. That would be a good way to, get a little sustain going. The next measure, you're going to have that fourth finger down when you went into that measure. Then you have to prepare your second finger. And then. So notice how it sounds like a saxophone. That is your goal, to make it sing. And after you've got a handle on this on the fourth string, make sure you play it on all of the strings in all of the positions, because every string has its own unique feel because of its placement on the fingerboard and the diameter. After you can do it in strict position, then you could raise the bar by incorporating various finger extensions. What I mean by that is, let's say I'm in fifth position. I could use a first finger extension or a first finger double extension. Then I can start doing all kind of other extensions. Ultimately, I can even play it where the notes are a whole step apart. And this is also very beneficial up in the high registers because you'll say, well, that's too big a stretch. I can't handle that. Well, as suggested in the text, start up in the higher positions and work your way down. But the higher positions have a different feel because the action's higher. So that'll help you tremendously when you evolve into your 4-note per string scale forms. Your left hand will be equipped as well as your right hand.